Hey everybody, this is Lance Kaufman from Team Cognitive. Today we're talking about the Azure Kinect DK. It's exciting to me because this is not the Kinect you used to have for the Xbox. This is quite different. Not only can it do a lot of sensors and three-dimensional and depth perception, it can do a lot more stuff with cognitive services. So today we're going to go over some of those cognitive services, kind of at a high level, kind of a quick demo. But before I get started, quick shout out to the Microsoft team for the Microsoft Dev Days they did, to Dark Slope, who did some cool Kinect stuff. They're a great team that does a lot of three-dimensional stuff. I don't do a lot of three-dimensional stuff, but I'm going to use the Kinect service to see what you can do with the cognitive services and the data you're collecting. Lots of data you're collecting from this camera. Let's start with just a couple use cases. And let's see maybe what would work for your business. Feel free to email me some ideas too. I'll try them out for you. But let's get started with a couple things. If you notice behind me, this is real time. It's not edited. What you're seeing is what it's trying to find. Oh, and it even welcomed me. So you look on the right over here, on the far right, it's trying to give me a sentence what it's thinking. A man standing in a room. Yeah, that's correct. It's trying to figure that out. There's a percentage of how accurate it thinks that is. You could program for that to decide if you feel that's something that's important to you by percentages, how accurate it is. Then up top in the capital letters is the objects, primary objects are the things it's finding. A ladder at a person, it's pretty accurate, that's what the objects it's finding. Below are other tags, descriptions, what's percentages, it thinks it knows what it is, it's close. Again, if I was programming an application for somebody, I would figure out what's the threshold, what's the percentage that I think that would work, that I'm looking for something. It's got to be above 95% or 99%. So, but let me walk over here. So, one of the things it can do is it knows the depth, it knows how far away things are. It thinks this ladder here's the XY coordinates. Now you could program that and you can calculate the depth. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But right now, here's a use case. What if in your workplace environment, whether it's a warehouse or wherever you have, and you have something that shouldn't be moved? Maybe for safety purposes, maybe for operation, whatever that is. So this camera, unlike voice devices, like a smart IoT device, like you speak into a speaker, it plays your music, does this, you have to speak to it, you have to interact with it. This camera, think about no one's around and you have to have somebody monitoring an area or a small item for changes. Something's different, something's wrong, whether again like a safety or in a room or something's changing the environment. So think about that. This is the primary use case here, is it's an unmanned area and this camera has to collect data for you to then just say, okay, something's changed, something's in the environment, it shouldn't be there, something like that. But let's keep going. So the use case is, this ladder should not be moved. If this ladder is out of position and into a different environment, it needs to be alerted, an email, text, put it on a Microsoft dashboard, something like that that shows up so someone's alerted, because no one's going to be around, right? So let's look at this. So if you watch this ladder, I'm off the screen, but I'm going to move the screen this way closer to the wall. Oh, and look, yes, I programmed it to send me an alert. If this got within a certain amount of coordinates, to tell me, oh no, but you see what it just did there? So what's interesting is you notice that the alarm went off. Because remember, this is no different than I don't see the ladder anymore. Somebody's standing in front of it and I can't see it. So it doesn't know the ladder's even here anymore. If you notice up top in the caps letters, ladder has disappeared. Because again, you could program for that. Something in the environment has changed. I can't see that ladder. So think of obstructions, things that could be in your way too. So now we're back to here. Let's remove that and take that off now. So, okay, I'm sorry. I should have put that ladder back. I apologize. Sorry, boss. I'll put it back where it belongs. So that's great. The other thing is if you notice when I've been walking, think of a retail experience now. Think of, I walk into a shop, a retail establishment or whatever, or an interaction for your customers, and I wanted to do something. So what's amazing about these cameras, it knows persons very well. It can detect a person, and we'll get into more detail in future videos, how detailed it can be. Right now, if you notice behind me, it knows I'm a person, I'm a man, clothing. It's thinking I'm standing in front. You can see what it's doing. And even if you get closer, sometimes it'll even recognize my face. It thinks I am 56 years old and I'm a male. I'm not that old yet, and we'll get into that in future videos, but it can actually detect facial stuff and really cool things. So think of this as the interaction. The closer I got, all of a sudden it says welcome behind me, welcome. And if I close, I'm just walking around a lot, so it's every 15 seconds it's doing this. But it says welcome. So what if it was a dashboard, a screen that you could want the customer to interact with, but it knows they're within a certain proximity, or it's an entertainment value for that matter, right? Something comes around them, something fun, something interesting, something to get their review, in their way, some light, something funny. But see it now, I'm off. As soon as I walk closer to it, it says welcome. So that's another use case you can have in your retail establishment if you really want to have fun, and it knows how many people are there. It can tell me how many persons are there. If my wife walked in, you would see the 2 people. If my dog walked in, it would say there's a dog in here. It's kind of cool. I've been watching that. Another thing I really enjoyed is colors. So on the right over here, we're going to work with colors. So it says white, black right now, white, black. So, pardon my microphone, it already says yellow, and it says red. And you think it's kind of orange, it's kind of fun, but it's trying to detect very quickly what that is. It is difficult because you're moving a lot, but it's still doing it pretty good. Now, I can only show so much up from the screen here, but it's capturing it in the back of the database, everything I'm seeing up there. So I can definitely email that to you if you want to see it. The other use case is this: how close can you go to this? What if you're wanting to monitor, you're in a lab environment, and you need to monitor changes? Maybe it's animals. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a zoo thing. I don't know. Maybe it's biology. Maybe it's fruit. I don't know. But let me show you what this can do. So when you get closer, like let's see, we really had a camera on top of something, you begin to see it says food, vegetable, banana. You can count how many bananas. You can separate this out. It's going pretty fast, but I even found my watch. Things at the dining table. But I'm just showing you how fast it can be. You can fine tune this. You notice 99% accuracy, 98. If I just hold this up, will it know a banana? See the capitalization is food, person. So you really want to figure out how you can do it and play around with it. There's definitely experimental here to use whatever use case you have, and please send me some. I'm glad you try it out for you and try whatever you think it might work. The other thing I would have, like flowers. I thought flowers would be kind of interesting. I know these are just fake, but could it detect flowers? It's not that accurate yet, but I think if you had images in the back that you could compare against, you might know what these were roses or what kind of, in the colors. So that's pretty much, the really quick kind of overview of the Azure Kinect. What we're going to be doing in the next couple episodes of this and diving a little bit deeper are breaking out the cognitive services. There's some that really get detailed between facial, Like you said, you saw the age, you saw, male. There's some other ones that we're going to try to dive into, and then try to see how well we can get to it. We're going to do some outdoor environments. I'm intrigued about symbols from like shipping containers. I think robots. I'm trying to team up with some robot people, see what would a camera like this do it for a robot, because you remember a robot needs to know what's in front of it. It needs to scan for things, it needs to know what obstructions are in its way. So can you mount this and do some interesting, where it moves, or some things that it notices, and boxes, scanning. There's a demo out there from Microsoft. I'll put in a link down below. It shows you, some more technical details of the Kinect DK. But this is going to be exciting. We'll do a couple videos, and so hope you can subscribe and stay tuned with me. Click the little alarm thing, the notification, and hope to talk to you guys soon. And please email me or put comments down below, and I will gladly get back with you. Thanks so much. Have a great day.